Welcome back everyone to Strategy and Stratagems Civilization 6 Rise and Fall Expansion Episode 7. In this episode we're going to continue our war with the American civilization to our south, with which we have engaged in a prolonged and defensive war, where we successfully stole one of their settlers, where they are right here west of Ravenna, where we're heading out towards the east to settle our first coastal city to give us access to the ocean here. So in the last episode, um, we mostly fought back and forth over these central woods between Rome and Washington. The American forces have also attacked Ravenna briefly, and we have successfully beat them back, which is rather strange why the American civilization decided to attack Ravenna unsupported. AI has certain issues, but we'll just chalk it up to poor leadership of his bulliness, the president of the American civilization, Theodore Roosevelt. Furthermore, Jadwiga of the Polish civilization to the north is slowly expanding southeast down this river, and they are definitely not happy with our war with America. However, both Norway, who used to be our diplomatic enemy, has for some reason, become much more friendly with us, probably because of our very strong military, as Rome always had. Well, always, so we can debate always. And to the south, the Japanese civilization is also developing and is also friendly to us. However, as I've stated previously in the last episode, right now we're not really interested in any particular diplomatic mission or diplomatic strategy with either Norway or Japan, as maybe for long-term gains and whatnot. Right now we're also working on ironworking. I know that's a mouthful, but ironworking it is, to get our legions, to be able to upgrade all our warriors to legions. And then from there, we are likely going to research masonry into construction, or the wheel into engineering to get access to catapults to finally conquer the American civilization, because we don't want to let them get too large and unmanageable. Furthermore, we recently established our government, which is an oligarchy, to increase our own military power, since currently we are in a military struggle with the American civilization. Our policies are a gauge to increase the production capabilities of our general military units. Urban planning to keep buffing up our own production capabilities within the cities. For diplomatic policies, we went with the Diplomatic League, since we aren't really focusing on numbers of envoys to city-states. I'd rather have single envoys, or the first envoys count as 2 envoys, just to get that head start. And then we went for conscription for the wildcard policy, so that we don't have as much of a economic strain from our rather large military. So that, without further ado, let us keep going with the advancement of time, shall we say. For the civics tree, we're going for drama and poetry, then recorded history, and afterwards we're going to run for feudalism or mercenaries, possibly to get that trade confederation social policy plus extra envoy. Or I was also thinking possibly civil service to put to use our rather large military with the military policy of retainers for those amenities, as currently that's one of our problems, especially in Rome. Furthermore, we have some builders here that we're sending westwards right now to repair the pasture that was raided by roving American troops from the north. They, for whatever reason, made an expedition along this river here. Well, they were soundly defeated by our amazing legions and armies. But anyways, so we're gonna send the builder up to repair the pasture here, and then we're probably going to buy up the tile for the dyes to take care of this amenities problem in Rome. So let's get moving. The world is in the classical era. That happened last turn, if I'm not mistaken. Right, but currently we're not interested in great people. I was going to look at Pingala. Unfortunately, shifting Pingala over to Rome to speed up the construction of the campus won't work anymore. That's one issue that I missed out on last episode, where I did plan to move Pingala from Ravenna to Rome to be able to build the campus quicker. But as it stands now, because Pingala has the researcher capability, but as it stands now, Pingala will stay in Ravenna to alleviate any loyalty issues. However, I might shift Pingala over to Rome anyways to build the library, but we will see. We'll build the campus, and after the campus I was aiming to build the theater square to improve our own culture, but we'll reconsider once the campus has been constructed. Right in the north, we're looking around here with our scout, see what's up. That is a lot of rice close to the tundra. That's interesting. Okay. We're still thinking of expanding northwards towards this river here. However, I've been rather hesitant to make any concerted effort there, because this is where there will be a massive loyalty hit due to the presence of Krakow and Nidaros, as well as Muscat pressure from all these cities. So think about it. Right now we're in sort of a eastward, southeastward push to get rid of the American civilization here. Alright. Interesting. A formal war, even though you have...
Interesów Polski bronić muszę. Poddaj się czym prędzej, by zapobiec rozlewowi krwi.
So everyone's declaring war. Interesting. That was interesting, I gotta say. Even like Jadwiga, I was expecting the Polish civilization to declare war at some point, but Norway? I suppose the Vikings come as they go, right? Or they have a tendency for surprise war declarations. Okay, let's work on defending Ravenna. Okay, so Ravenna is now clear. Probably use the builders here, in fact, to actually build the tea resource. However, there's a Polish scout who might just run over and pick up these builders. That's unfortunate. Let's shift the archers eastwards. Then we got troops healing up in Rome itself. Skip your turn. Right, these warriors will get promoted, get battle cry, of course. Then these warriors will attack into the marsh. Good, the spearmen can stay in the encampment for now. Mohenjo-Daro declared war, and Mohenjo-Daro's way to the east, the west. That's no problem. And we have defensive tactics be the target of a declaration of war. That's nice. Though we are here more for an aggressive defense, shall we say? Okay, there isn't much to do. I think I'm going to buy builders in Rome once the time comes. But so far we just proceed as planned. Yep, that was expected.
The poets have been mysteriously silent on the subject of cheese.
Right, so we have theater square, access to the theater square. Let's try to nail these scouts. Oh well. Quite annoying indeed. Keep working on these warriors here. Fortify them, let them burn themselves out, and we'll send these warriors east to Ravenna to deal with that Polish scout. And against this Norwegian scout, we're not going to attack, just going to scoot around them. Alright. So soon Rome is going to have a housing problem. Unless we build more farms or repair that pasture, I believe. Okay, I don't think the Poles and the Norwegians are going to be much of a problem. Aha! Yeah, sooner or later we are probably going to have to fight a war against Norway, because I do want access to the west and east coast for long-term expansion plans, or once again, grand strategy. So far so good. Right, resources. Right now, this isn't much interest to us, any of these reports. Okay, let's keep rolling. Okay, trade posts in Zanzibar. And Muscat wants a trade route, however, that's sending into Polish territory. I'd love to fulfill that quest, which would be really easy to do. However, it is risky. I would rather not like to send a trade route next to Polish territory. So I think I might end up sending either a trade route to Kandy or continue going to Zanzibar. However, both Zanzibar is within Norwegian influence in terms of troop location, plus Zanzibar has been the target of a concentrated Norwegian attack. So I'm thinking just for safety's sake, we're going to send it to Kandy or possibly Ravenna. Let's go to Ravenna and then see how things turn out, and then we'll send a trade route up to Muscat. So we'll go Ravenna. Right, Rome still needs amenities. Excellent. Alright, let's keep working on those Polish scouts. The scout will pause and let the Norwegians burn themselves out. This warrior is making his way to Ravenna. Alright. So far so good. Alright, so the barbarians here have spotted Ravenna, so there's probably going to be a barbarian force being spawned from this camp. We'll deal with that camp sooner or later. And we definitely need to send this warrior north to Rome to heal, and this warrior will send to Ravenna to heal. Caught Arya. Alright, this scout continue wearing down the Norwegian scouts. Okay, Ravenna has completed construction of the campus. I'm thinking either the... Sorry, not the campus, the granary. I'm thinking we build here either a builder or campus. Let's see. I'm thinking a builder since we want Rome to focus more on construction of buildings and units. So we need a builder to be able to take care of this T and improve the land around Rome and Ravenna. So let's work on a builder first. However, an encampment might not be bad either. Encampment right on this hill. Overlooking Washington. Kandi's basically the northern protector or northern buffer to any Polish incursion. I'm thinking we actually do an encampment right on this hill. Where do we go? Builder. Encampment for long-term, builder to get to maybe clear out all these jungles that we don't really need. And plus the campus won't really be able to benefit much from these rainforests anyway. A perfect campus would be in Washington. Oh, all that science. Let's go with the builder. We're a little bit stunted in terms of improvements and repairs, so let's get to work on that. Good. Let's move this settler into Ravenna proper and get ready to shift eastwards. This warrior keep marching east to Ravenna. Currently Rome is protected. Aha! Hoja Tokimunen doesn't like us very much now, because we haven't shared gossip with him, apparently. How horrible. Okay, let's take back these builders and take out the Polish scout. The settler will pause in the city of Ravenna. Take out this barbarian scout, though that's not possible. Right, let's run the scout away from these Polish warriors. Okay. Reinforcements on their way. Rome. See, after the campus, I think I'm going to switch to the theater square. However, we do need higher population, so maybe then granary into theater square. And unfortunately, we're not going to have much money to improve our warriors into legions. So maybe even actually focus Rome into recruiting legions. I think we do need to build the granary first to take care of the population or housing problem in Rome first. And then we'll consider either we're going to go culture or more military. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Again, what's up with the attacks on Ravenna? It's really strange. Alright, the builders can just pause. We don't want to lose them again, because that was annoying. Let's bring the warriors into Ravenna. Next turn we're going to have access to legions. Good. Rome has completed the construction of the library. Let's go with the granary. Because we're about to lose or stunt our growth if we don't work on the housing here. See, I'm just trying to see if there's a way to maximize our gold production to be able to get at least some money to start improving our warriors into legions. But currently that is not within our capabilities. So let's just keep going. Let's first see about Hojo Tokimune. -6 for unknown regions. Declare friendship? There we go. See? That's how you make friends. Heck, let's send even a delegation. Let's at least have one ally of sorts. And is it possible to declare an alliance? Not currently. I believe there's a technology that you have to research before declaring alliances, or some form of civic. Yeah, civil service. So no alliance now. These advisors, ugh, giving me the wrong ideas. Alright, let's keep going. Fortify with the warriors, let them heal up. There we go. See, I knew we could come to an agreement with at least Japan. And Poland has declared war on Norway. It's just this trifecta of Norway, Poland, America that all want war. It's ridiculous. And yeah, the scout is probably going to die from the warriors, unfortunately, but we've discovered most of what we need to know about this continent. So there's no problem with that. Very good. And Norway, even though it's declared war on us, hasn't been doing anything against us. No troop movements. They don't even want to make peace. They hate everybody. Well, let's leave Norway to their hateful devices. Okay, let's bring the archers down closer. I'm going to shift these archers to a more central position. So, technology. Do we go into masonry then construction to get the siege tower and then possibly build a terracotta army? Or do we go into the wheel for the watermill and then the catapult for sieges? I think we go for wheel into engineering and then later on think about masonry then construction. That would be nice to build ancient walls to speed up engineering. But that would take more time. This would be, let's see, 6 turns, 19 turns, and it would be speed up by a third. So it would be from 19 turns to about 12 turns. So if this is 3 plus 19, that's 22. This would be 6, 18. So actually maybe masonry wheel engineering to be able to speed up the discovery of engineering. And then we'll build ancient walls either on Rome or Ravenna. Let's see. Well, in 3 turns, Rome is going to construct its granary. So we could build walls around Rome. Sure, let's do that. Let's go into masonry, get access to the battering ram, build the ancient walls in Rome, switch to the wheel, get the watermill, which would be excellent for both Rome and Ravenna, because both rice and wheat give even more food. And then we go into engineering, sped up and boosted. And then we go construction, because we need to build a watermill anyways. There we go, excellent. And I think we are going to aim for the terracotta army, since we do have quite a large military as it is. Going into the terracotta army would give a promotion to the entire army that we currently have, which is what we're going for. And legions cost 110 to upgrade. That is a lot of gold. That is a lot of gold, but let us work on slowly upgrading our army to legions. So let's do it. +4 air score, I like it. And we're going to start sending the legions over to clear out these barbarians over here, and we're going to send this archer eastwards so that we may settle on this river here with access to the coast. We might settle the city, let's see, if we settle here, we're going to have access to ivory, horses, then later amber. 1, 2, 3. We won't get access to the pearls. If we settle here, 1, 2, 3. So it's basically a trade-off. Either we go for the pearls or the amber, but we will get the ivory. I'm thinking we settle on the river, on the north side of the river. It's just, I would like to get, first of all, the defensive barrier of the river is always nice to have, and second of all, it's nice to have access to fresh water for the housing buff. They'll maybe settle here where the barbarians are. Get access to both the amber, 1, 2, 3. No, we won't get access to the T. What if we go here? 1, 2, 3. We won't get access to the ivory, unfortunately. So it's basically a trade-off. We can't have 3 amenities. We can only have at most 2: ivory, amber, or T and amber, or pearls and ivory. What about here? What if we settle in a more central position where we have access to pearls, ivory, and tea? Just this area isn't exactly, shall we say, fertile in terms of resources. So I'm thinking plus access to this rice, that'll increase the population production. Plus there are these woods and jungles and horses up here for our production. Not a whole lot of hills here, but the woods or the forests here do act as that production center. So I'm still convinced to settle on this river, if not here. We'll see. Anyways, right. So this warrior here will stay in Rome for the time being, waiting for an upgrade. Aha! A chariot! Yeah, they've destroyed the scouts up north, which is okay. Let's see. So we need to run the archer out of here and bring the legion to block the chariot. And then let's upgrade these archers with volley for the offensive power. And then the builder can work on getting that plantation going. Right, housing is a problem in Rome, but not for too long as the granary is about to be built. And where should we send an envoy? Thinking either Babylon for the science, or I mean Muscat wouldn't be bad, nor Auckland. Where's Auckland? It's over here. Has a quest to train a spearman, which we could do. Babylon, we're never gonna do the quest for Babylon, unfortunately. Zanzibar, what about Muscat? Right, Muscat wants a trade route. And Muscat is influenced by Jadwiga. What about Auckland? Auckland is influenced by a Hojo Tokimune. Both are quite nice. I think let's go with Muscat. Let's get some gold in here. There we go. Counts as 2 from our diplomatic policy. Good. The war against the American civilization continues.
体、心、魂を鍛えん者武士道なり。汝の旅はいずくにてそれをなさんや。
You're clearly frustrated about something. He might be worried about us not having any kind of religion, I think. That's what he's going for. That's his gig. Okay. So these chariots are in a horrible position, so let's take care of them. Archers weaken it, and then the Legion will finish it off. There we go. And then this builder could work on... Let's see, we could buy up those diamonds for the luxury resource, but I want to save the money for Legion upgrades. So let's just work on a farm. There we go. And then this other builder that we're producing will head up north and upgrade around Rome. Okay, good. And this settler we can shift eastwards, closer to the barbarians, because once we've cleared them out, I would love to just immediately settle. Good. Very good. Let's keep going. They want peace for the time being. What if we ask for... They've also settled Baltimore. How about Charleston? Where is Charleston? Ah, it's closer to Babylon. Oh, that's annoying. That is quite annoying.
Each of us is carving a stone.
Oh well. Okay, so the granary's been built in Rome. So let's work on that ancient wall to speed up the research for engineering for the catapults. Legions march onwards. Archers get line of sight on the barbarians there. Settlers will prepare to settle on the coast. These archers can form up on the hill. And in a couple of turns we can start upgrading more units to legions. Good, good. Ravenna, let's buff up your production if possible. What about gold? Gold wouldn't be too bad right now. Right, okay. Padana, not really interested. And I don't think we're really interested in the Temple of Artemis either. Jebel Barkal, not interested for the faith. Right, and we're not really interested in battering rams either. Not yet. Sure, Norway. I mean, why did you declare war on us in the first place? I suppose they're too worried about the Polish civilization to our north. Right, next turn we're probably going to improve this warrior into a legion. Fortify for the time being. Settler can come over here, so there's just a couple of... there's a spearman unit there. Okay, that's no problem. These archers will stay alert, and the settler will shift over across the river next turn. Okay, let's see. If we settle here, 1, 2, 3, right. If we settle here, it'll be access to the pearls and the ivory, but here will be access to the amber and ivory. We'll settle here, or across the river, on the north side of the river. Ah, Nidaros is under attack. That's why they asked for peace. So Poland is really interesting. Interesting. Poland is acting aggressive. Bydgoszcz, or Bydgoszcz, I think. Interesting. Again, our current interests lie in the south, not in the north, but we need to keep our eyes open on what goes on in the north. We don't want Poland to basically become the classical era superpower and dictate its interests to everyone else. Too bad that Hojo Tokumone is far away. Okay, let's move up this builder north to Rome. The archers can take a defensive position in the woods. Legion can come over and smack up the spearman. Archers bombard the chariots. Wonder why America's building chariots. The terrain here does not pose for chariot warfare. I don't know. The AI works in mysterious ways. Wonder why this one is a recommended settlement location. 1, 2, 3, maybe access to the diamonds or something? I'm gonna settle on the coast. Okay, Ravenna. So we built a builder, and now we were thinking of building an encampment for the longer term. Let's see. Where could we build the campus? Ravenna, there isn't much good place to... there isn't good terrain for the campus. What about Theater Square? Also not a lot of position. Let's go with the encampment. And we're going to build it where these archers are, on the hill. Which will basically cover this entire area with fire. And protect Ravenna's south, because Kandy acts as Ravenna's northern barrier of protection. There we go. Good. Nidaros is about to fall. Interesting. Very interesting. Give us amber. No, we're not paying you for the amber. We've destroyed your armies, America. Why are you asking for money? Absolutely not. The war shall continue. Okay, then I think in this case we're going to pull the archers back.
Don't reinvent the wheel. Just realign it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, these warriors are going to stay on the Jade and stay alert. These archers are going to fall back to Ravenna. The Legion will take care of the barbarian encampment. Get some gold. And the settler we shall settle. Excellent. So now we've fulfilled one of our grand strategic wants is access to the ocean. So now I think what Antium can do, we do need sailing though obviously to get access to the galley. Excuse me. Which I think we can do at some point after we take care of America. Because America is sufficiently far away from the coast that a naval advantage won't do much. But being able to explore south along the coast, maybe find some islands or something, we'll see. Okay, Antium, what could you construct? Let's first of all focus the population on food production as Antium has to be able to use Antium in any sort of meaningful manner for production. We need first population growth here. We'll pull the Legion back. Alright, these archers I think we'll keep safe by pulling back into Ravenna and sending these legions to protect against the chariot. Antium, I think we'll start working on a granary to get that housing bonus. Right, walls are being produced in Rome. And then I think after the walls, I don't know if we're going to do the watermill. Don't really necessarily need the barracks. I think I might as well just build a spearman unit to fulfill the Auckland quest and get an envoy into Auckland. Let's just take a quick look. Kandy wants a quadrireme. Muscat wants a trade route. Auckland, spearman, Zanzibar, mathematics. For mathematics we need 3 specialty districts, which we are inevitably going to do, especially in Rome. But that will come later once we get 7 population for the theater square. So I'm thinking we build the ancient walls, then we build the spearmen, recruit the spearmen for Auckland just cause why not, right? Get a free envoy and free production to the capital, and then we actually build a library. So at this point we're going to switch Pingala over to Rome. Get to Rome, and in 5 turns, which will be Ancient Wall Spearmen, we'll build the library and maximize the production on that library to speed up science. And then afterwards we'll think about what we're going to do next, either barracks, watermill, or heck, maybe by that point we'll be able to build the theater square. We'll see. Okay, Antium, how is loyalty doing here? So far so good. So no problem there. Good. Very good. So I'm wondering how we're going to deal with the Jadwiga. Oh shush, Harold. Your capital is getting besieged and taken by the Poles, so I don't know what you're talking about there. There we go. Keep bombarding the chariots. Cut the chariots. Retreat off with the legions. Builders coming up to Rome. Very good. Very, very good. Right, I'm thinking... Right, probably library in Rome. Then watermill to speed up the research for the construction tech. to get access to the Terracotta Army. Nidaros is taken by the Poles.
We have the
Interesting.
option to join other civilizations against a larger threat.
Target Jadwiga. Right. So what's the goal here? You have a chance to join an emergency against this target. Those who join the emergency will need to capture specific cities from Jadwiga within 30 turns. Succeed and you'll be rewarded. Fail and the target will grow stronger. You must accept or reject this emergency. Member units gain +1 movement in the target's territory. Target gains +20 identity per turn in the target city. And what is the goal here, though? I understand that the emergency is target Jadwiga. Member units gain +5 healing in the target's territory. Member civilization split a pot of 2,400. And if the members fail... I mean, I do have a relatively large military. 30 turns. That would require a massive shift in a strategy. We could take this opportunity, but I'm not yet ready to do so. Or do we take it? It's just I don't really want to split a pot. First of all, America is our enemy. I don't want to face off against them. That pot of 2,400 gold though is really nice. It's just it's going to take our attention off of America to Poland. I am more inclined to say no and then go get Poland when we're more ready to face off against them. So I'm going to reject the emergency. Because we're very, very likely to face off against Poland anyways, sooner or later. But I'd rather face Poland on our terms. Okay, let's work on the Spearman for Auckland. Let's keep bombarding the heavy chariot here. This legion can keep pressuring the chariot. Archers heal up in Antium. The legion is not going to build a Roman fort. We're going to send this legion over to Ravenna to heal. Good, good. Builder, let's repair the pasture here. Good, and then we're going to build some farms and some mines around Rome. Good. Nah, I refuse peace, not until I take over Washington, probably. Unless you give me a really, really good deal, America, I'm not declaring peace with you.
I've lived through some terrible things in my life. Some of which actually happened.
Right, we have access. We could build the Great Library. How long would it take? It requires a library and must be adjacent to a campus, so basically here. Or here. Heck, it might actually be a really good idea to build the Great Library here, and then the drama and poetry, or the theater square here, because it'll get bonus from all these districts plus the bonus from the Great Library. Well, think about it. We're going to need to build the library anyway. And what about the Terracotta Army? Must be adjacent on an encampment, must be built on flat grassland or plains. So if we build, so if we have here, we'd have to take out the dyes. Yep. We won't be able to build the Terracotta Army in Rome. We'd have to build it in Ravenna, where there's flat ground here. So I'm thinking we actually do go for this approach. We go library, into the Great Library, try to get that science bonus. Because why the hell not, right? Build it here, just southeast of the campus, and then build the theater square, which should give us, let's see, the theater square will get +1 from those 2 districts, and then it'll get +2 from the Great Library, which will give us a total of +3 to culture. There we go. City planning, yes. Okay, now that we have gotten recorded history, we're going to go into feudalism for the serfdom economic policy and the farm policy, I think. Or do we go civil service? So it'll go 1, 2, 3 bastions, mercenaries that require feudalism anyway. Let's see, how long is this going to take? 7, 6, so it'll be 13, 35. It's either that or that. It'll be 35 feudalism, medieval Renaissance units, though I don't really need feudal contract because we want to use legions as much as possible, though the serfdom policy is really good. And civil prestige, retainers, that's really good for the amenities. Let's just do defensive tactics and then we'll decide whether feudalism or civil service. Yeah. Veterancy, production towards encampment districts and buildings for that district. Well, we're already working on encampments now, so we don't exactly need that. Okay. New governor. Let's see. Magnus, Groundbreaker. Right, that's for removing features and plot harvests. Right, surplus logistics, this is for basically internal supply lines or internal trade routes. Plus 20% production toward industrial zone. Settlers trained do not consume population. That's for later when we have the industrial zone. Are there any cities that we could use for feature removal? Could do it for Antium. Not interested in Moksha, not really interested in Amani. 2 envoys. That's for loyalty. +4 amenities in the city. Prestige. That's more loyalty. Not really interested. About Reina, the financier. Land acquisition. +3 gold passing through the city. From each foreign trade route passing through the city. Double adjacency bonus from right, that's commercial hub and harbor. And then Liang is for new city building. Fishery yields on food. Zoning commissioner is more districts. Infrastructure, that's city center buildings, amusement. Right. Might go with Magnus first, and then use Magnus and Antium to be able to clean out these forests to speed up production in Antium. To be able to... Or do we just go with the Liang? Let's see, what about Pingala? Not interested in grants, connoisseur, production toward theater square buildings in the district. We're going to end up doing that anyways. Use Pingala to speed up the construction of the theater square there. Or do we go with Liang? I'm not really interested in Magnus currently. Yeah, not interested in Magnus currently for the feature removals. most of the cities, though it might work for Rome actually. Might sort of shift Magnus to Antium first, and then when we're building the Great Library to speed it up, we can use builders to clear out these woods, thus giving us more value there. And heck, even when we're building the Terracotta Army, we could cut down all these rainforests to speed up construction using Magnus. So hey, yeah, let's go with Magnus. We're gonna put Magnus in Ravenna currently. Then once Pingala constructs the library, once Pingala constructs the library, we're going to shift Pingala to Ravenna to oversee construction of a campus district. And then we're going to shift Magnus from Ravenna to Rome. And once Magnus is in Rome, we'll start constructing the Great Library and cut down these forests and whatnot. Yeah, I think that's what we are going to end up doing. Right, so we have these builders here. Let's build a farm here. So we're probably going to do this. We're going to use the builders here to build a farm, then build a mine here, and then we're going to keep the builders safe until we need to start cutting down forests for the Great Library. Good. This is a Kandi archer who's at war now with Rome because Jadwiga is influencing them. Off to war we go. The bloody, bloody business. Okay, this warrior can be upgraded to become a legion. Good, very good, right, that's another Kandi warrior, so we're gonna probably leave the legion here. I'm gonna pause them, fortify, use the archer here to fire at this warrior. Good. Okay, I think at this point I'm going to call the episode here because we are on the brink of a massive investment project where we're going to use Magnus as the exploitative governor, shall we say, to help us race to get the Great Library in Rome. And later he's going to help us build the Terracotta Army once we get access to the construction technology. So we've fulfilled one of our main strategic interests by settling in Antium, giving us access to the coast, where we're going to start exploring the eastern part of the coast and possible islands, maybe to expand further. Poland is becoming a massive threat over the long term, I think, that we need to keep an eye on since they're attacking Nidaros or they're attacking and bullying Norway. So that's probably something that we'll focus on after we clear out America. If not, make peace with America and then shift our interests westwards towards Norway and Poland. But we'll think about it. Right now we're mostly focused on domestic improvements. So I thank you all for joining me. I hope everyone has a good morning, evening, night, or day, depending where you live. Please check out the links down below to my Twitch channel, where I live stream regularly on the weekends and once in a while on the weekdays. So please follow me there. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like the content that you were seeing. And please join the Discord server if you'd like to stay in closer contact and follow updates to the channel. Thank you.